was solid. It locked on within seconds, and I've had no issues. No issues whatsoever. Now next, moving on. Next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the call quality and speaker call quality in this guy. Now, call quality wise, I have to say that this was a very enjoyable experience. Calls taken through the built-in receiver were very nice, crisp, and clear, and they got very loud as well. So I had no issues with the built-in receiver. And again, I have no, this was surprising. I have no issues with the speaker call quality on this guy as well. This one got quite loud indeed. And another thing I have to point out is that when you're taking a phone call, Samsung has like sound boost for the speaker calls. And I've actually found that that works really, really good. So call quality and speaker call quality with this guy was really, really good, and I had no issues. Now, up next, let's keep it moving. Next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the cameras on this guy and the camera interface. Now, in terms of cameras, as I've said, this guy has a 16 megapixel rear facing shooter and a 5 megapixel front facing shooter, both capable of recording 4K video recording with the rear and slow motion, and 2K video recording and slow motion with the front 5 megapixel camera, and it's actually really, really good. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm really liking the camera interface on this guy as well. If I could pick up the phone without them edge struggles. Let me slide that a little bit closer. Now, this has went through many updates, and I believe this is probably as close to how the today interface is set up. So if you swipe this way, you have all of your modes. So you have auto mode, pro mode, panorama mode, selective focus, slow motion, fast motion, virtual shot, which lets you take a nice segment of videos and do it like a virtual tour. I thought that was nice. Video collage, so you could take 4 6-second videos and stitch them together just like a collage, like the name says. And then you have live broadcast. This one right here, I wanted to try this one, but I haven't tried it out yet. But really what it is, this is a really solid feature, and I've heard nothing but good things about the live broadcast feature. Sorry about that. Let me get this text message out of here, guys. Sorry. I've heard nothing but good things when it comes to the live broadcast feature built in to Samsung devices. So what that does is that just lets me live broadcast to YouTube or many other live broadcasting things, video things like Stitch or something like that, straight from my phone. So I don't have to go on my computer and set up a live stream and do all that extra mumbo jumbo and steps there and then share it out to everybody. I could do it straight from my phone and go live. And I've heard nothing but good things about that feature when it comes to Samsung devices. Now, I was also pretty bummed out to hear that they got rid of that feature when it comes to the newer devices like the S8 and the S8 Plus. So I was kind of bummed out to hear that, but the fact that it's built into these older devices and it works so well, it's actually pretty good. Now that does it for your modes. Swipe this way, you have access to all of your filters. Good stuff. Right there, you can switch to the front facing camera. How you doing, guys? Right? Then you have control to do your HDR, your flash, and then that's how you jump into the settings. Alternatively, if you want to switch to the front facing camera, just a quick swipe up, bam, and we to the front again. Boom, double piece, guys. What's up? And to get back to the rear, you just swipe up again. Now, diving into the settings, this is where you can see that this is indeed a 16 megapixel camera right there. So you can see 16 megapixels at 16:9 ratio, which is something that's really, really solid. I really do appreciate that. Widescreen format, straight out of the box, without having to take a megapixel hit there. I like that. Good job, Samsung. Y'all did a solid with that. And then you have all of your other aspect ratios as well. And you can shoot in raw file format for taking photos. Now, again, something similar for videos, but this guy can do a ton of different resolution video recordings. So you got your UHD 4K, you got your 2K, you got your 1080p 60, you got your 1080p 30, you got your 720p, and you got your 480p. All right. Now keep in mind, depending on which resolution you shoot at, you do lose features. And I tend to keep it right there at full HD, so I have access to all of the features. I have the software stabilization and the video stabilization. I have the HDR rich tones, the video effects, the autofocus tracking. All that good stuff is right there when you're shooting at 1080p. But as you start to go up now, let me just show you, you start to gradually lose features here. So you can see when you go up higher, starting to gray out more, and then they tell you when you get to up here, you don't really have as much when it comes to the features. And now it told me that out of the box originally when I was swiping through it, but it's not gonna pop up again after you go through it the first time. So I just wanted to point that out for you guys. Alright, then you have all of your other modes. So you got your timer here, you got your video stabilization, which you can see it is off because I switched it to 4K. Now, if I go back down, let me go, oh, wrong one. If I go back down to, where is it? Clicking a whole bunch of unnecessaries right here. If I go back down here, then it's going to cut back on. Actually, no, I switched the wrong thing. That was the camera. This is the video right here. So let me go down and go down. And you can see the video stabilization or optical image stabilization pop back up. So as you shoot in different resolutions, you do lose features, but it's good to see that Samsung packed all of those features into these cameras. So you got your review pictures after you shot, you got your location tagging, you got your voice controls, you got your volume key controls, shutter sounds, so on and so forth, grid lines, all that good stuff is here. This is probably one of the aspects of a phone where the kitchen sink approach, if it's done right, is actually really, really good. And again, kudos Samsung for the nice, solid camera user interface and the solid cameras overall. So that being said, you guys may be wondering how exactly do I feel about these cameras. Let me just sum it up in one sentence. Samsung did a great job with these cameras. All of my photos, all of my videos came out really, really solid, and it was very, very crisp, sharp, and clear. And 9 times out of 10, that first shot was a solid shot. The focus is very quick and accurate, and I really, really like it. One downside to these cameras, though, that I have to point out, because I'm more of a realist fan, and Samsung seems to really slap you in the face with the colors when it comes to these cameras. So the colors in these photos, if you follow me on Google Plus, y'all see the photo samples, and some of the colors in the videos are dialed up, and I kind of don't like that. Don't like that too much. But that's just a common trait with Samsung devices, especially in their flagships. So if you like those big, vibrant colors in your photos and videos, you should have no problems. If you don't, now there is ways to tweak a little bit to bring it back down to a more true-to-life photo and video experience. Because you know me, I'm more about the accuracy of the photos and a nice color balance than having that nice punchy photos. And I like the fact that they do that, and you don't really have to tweak around with many settings. Y'all know me again. I like to just keep everything in auto and just get to snapping. You know what I'm saying? And for me, it's all about capturing the moment, capturing those beautiful things right when they happen, not having to jump in and dig around in the settings and then line up the shots. I just want to be able to bam bam. We in, snap my photo, snap my video, and go on about my business. Bam, like it never happened. We in, we out, we gone. That's how I like to do it. But again, Samsung did a great job with the cameras on this guy. Really solid, Samsung. Really solid. Now, up next, this is where we talk about the gaming. But guys, we ain't really gonna cover that like we do. I'm gonna just tell y'all, it eats up these games like a champ. Now y'all know me, I'm not the big, heavy, graphically intensive gamer. I'm the casual gamer, and these are the games that I tested, and the phone ran through these games like a champ. The most graphically intensive game was Asphalt 8, and it handled it with ease. But there is one downside. It did, after intense bouts of gaming, the back on the device did get quite hot. Now, I'm not used to that. Nowadays, we don't really have that, after intense bouts of gaming, you don't really have that heating issue on a lot of modern phones, but you do have it with your Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge Plus here. Now, did that make me want to stop? Did it get too hot to where it was uncomfortable? No. It just happened, so I gotta point it out. You know me. If I see something, I gotta point it out to you guys so you guys know before you spend your hard-earned money exactly what you're getting into. But in terms of games, the GPU did a great job, and I had no issues playing the games whatsoever. It did get quite hot after extensive game sessions, but it is what it is. Now,